In Tokyo, where I live, we think we have certain element of the Western culture because Tokyo is, after all, one of the hubs of global economy. So we do find these people who are aggressive and assertive, and they try to present his or her case to a newcomer and so on. But if you go to Kyoto, for example, the ancient capital, those people in the power, these priests from the temple and all these, houses of great cultural traditions, tea masters and flower arrangement, ikebana masters, and they keep such a low profile. I mean, they don't have to assert themselves every day. I mean, if you go to a really great restaurant, I mean, the chefs of these restaurants would not boast about how great their cuisine are. I mean, it's just, they just behave in a way just like you just described, in a really naturalistic, subdued, low profile way. That's the Kyoto way. So I think in that sense, Kyoto would be probably more authentically Japanese compared to a more buoyant and more competitive Tokyo. But even in Tokyo, I do feel that the culture is kind of different from the American way of pushing yourself up to the front. So.
Now, it reminds me of my father-in-law, and I think I've mentioned to you, he's a potter and he makes shinoyaki, and he's very good at what he does. But if you met him, you just wouldn't know, and he'd never talk up what he does. So I've certainly learned a lot of lessons about just being yourself and doing what you love, and just let your work express yourself rather than your words. There's no sense of self-promotion, certainly with my father-in-law. And I think he's done quite significant work, and he could certainly,
I mean,
talk about that. Yeah.
It has practical implications or even existential implications because, as you know, Japan is a country where people's life expectancies are long. I mean, the Japanese are probably the most healthy and longest living nationals on this planet. And I think, well, of course, there are many elements like genetics and food and lifestyle and so on. But the lack of this pressure to compete with each other and, make your way, I think this harmony that the Japanese lifestyle has, it is probably the key to finding a long and healthy life